Hi everyone, it's Wendy from Stampin' Life coming to you from my craft room where I'm doing a bit of a quick tutorial on my Trimming the Town class that we held online a couple of weeks ago. So I just wanted to show you what's involved in one of my online Zoom classes and what you get for basically $15. So this month I focused on trimming the town. Obviously with Stampin' Up I can't stamp the images for you, so that's something that you guys do at home. But when you get the kit, so you choose whatever stamp set you want to use, but everything else is provided. So cardstock, ribbon, bling, anything that I've used other than the stamps is all provided in your kit. And typically we make 6 cards on the night. The classes are done in Zoom. You can choose to join with video or just join with audio. It's up to you. Just going to close the door so you don't hear the tiler. Yeah, so this is basically what a full class looks like online these days, because obviously people are still not comfortable to come back to in-person classes. So I am continuing to do my online Zoom classes, which are heaps of fun. So let's go through and make these cards. And hopefully let's have some fun. Okay, so it shouldn't take too long because I actually have pre-cut a lot of stuff for you already. Just going to put that over to the side. There we go. And this is a pre-recorded video because right about now I am probably at a retreat. So this is the first one we're going to make, which is a cute little card. I don't know where I can put that so you can see it. The white background I have actually embossed that in our timber style embossing folder. It's a very versatile embossing folder and one that I have had for many years. So we're going to pop some tape on that. And these cards, with everything prepped for you online, it did take us a couple of hours to make them. But if you were to, for example, if you've already got this bundle and you're just wanting my tutorial, that's also available. And I've already made a mistake because that was supposed to go wrap around the back. Wendy. That's fine. We're just going to trim that down. Trim that down to 10. And this is, again, just to show you that even the best of us make mistakes, people. You can hear my squeaky chair, I am sure. Okay, so we are going to wind. This video is also going up as part of the Great Australian Craft Show week that we have going on at the moment. It's been a fun week so far. I've really enjoyed the whole, being online and what have I got coming up next. And it's been definitely different, but kind of maybe a look into what things could be like in the future if we continue to have outbreaks, I suppose, which no one wants to think about that's going to happen, but it could very well. So I'm just wrapping. You'll notice I didn't wrap the green all the way around. I do want it to okay. Now we're going to put that just up from the bottom, so a bit more tape. This was quite a fun class that we did. And like I said, I do my classes now on Zoom. I used to do them in person, obviously. And look, I am hoping to get back to that. Back to the in-person classes next year, but only when everyone feels comfortable to do so. And I can't even get that straight. That's not even straight. See, it happens to the best of us, people. Not able to get things straight. My goodness. Alrighty, that's a bit better. You know, you always make the first one and it looks great, and you come along and the second one's not so good. Okay, so I'm going to pop some foam dots on that one. Or, you know, when you're down to you've got no more foam dots left, always make sure you use your stuff around the edges. It's just as good. Okay. So that's just in from the side. Perhaps if I take off I don't record very often. I'm used to doing things live. So you can kind of say it's unscripted and unedited. And people not really care so much. Righto. Business card up there. Okay, next thing we're going to pop on is our little house. And I've just fussy cut this. When I saw this suite, I was really liked it. But I did only get the paper and a few of the accents. I didn't actually get everything, so I don't have the dies. But it's just to show you that you don't really need the dies to be able to do these classes. You can do them with just the paper. Okay, putting some mini dots on here. And like I said, I'm not going to edit this video too much. I'm just going to see how it goes. Okay, there's my tree. Where are we? We're about 8 minutes in. We've almost done one card, so that's good. There's not a lot of stamping on these cards, and for obvious reasons that I can't. It's actually against Stampin' Up! Rules to stamp and send them out to you. So okay, there we go on that one. Just going to get that up so I can zoom in. Okay, I've got my little words. Excellent. There we go. So you can see that nice and close, hopefully. Oh, my trees had a bit to drink. There we go. Some foam dots on here. So you'll have to let me know what you guys think. I tend to prefer to not to edit over the top of these videos. So a lot of people will video and then they will voice over. I don't know whether I actually like it, but I suppose when you're making 6 cards, it's you know, it's a proper class, I suppose, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, these are quite cute. All the trimmings, embellishments. Let's get some of those out to pop on. And a little one down the bottom. and my bow. Now I do normally use a bow maker, and I will just grab that because I do like the finish on a bow maker. Now, which one should I use? Which one did I use there? Maybe this one? Oh, we'll give it a red hot go. Just let me zoom out. Excellent. If you don't have one of these, you can grab them if you, I think eBay. I got this a very, very long time ago from a girlfriend who had one, and she just traced hers onto a little bit of plastic for me. But they turn out just so nice. I use it all the time. Not that I'm not a bad bow maker, but this is definitely makes me a lot better. And I'm out of glue dots as well, so I'm just going to use a bit of tape because that's what we do as crafters. We make do. Excuse me. And again. Right, our first card done. And the beauty of this paper is you can choose. Once I start, people, sometimes I don't stop. Is you can choose all sorts of different phrases from this paper, and I'm going to showcase that a little bit later. So that's our first card done. Okay, let's go in with our next card. So what are we in? We're 11 minutes in. We've got one card done. Okay, I'm going to tidy this up for a moment. My rubbish over there. Okay, the next one is, this is super simple. Very, very, very easy to do. So we'll start with our base card, which is Old Olive. Here. Base card of Old Olive. I'm just going to fold that. Let's get those ones out of the way. I'll just stick them up there. I'm just going to stick that down to the front. You always think you're organised, and then I've just looked at this card and realised I do not have a stamp set out, nor do I have the stamp I used out, nor do I have ink out, black ink. Oh, it's just a hot mess, really. It's a hot mess, but you will be able to see. And a bit of a trick of the trade of how I cut banners. So for something like this, I'm not going to fold the card in half, but I will definitely join the two ends together here, and I will hold that in place. And then I will cut up. And that gives you a banner. How's that? So I'm going to put some foam dots on there. This one that we used before. Okay. Middle. I must go in and actually order some foam dots and tape, because I just realised today that I am pretty much out. So if you are joining me from the Great Australian Craft Show, I am hoping that you are having a great time and that you've managed to get some crafting done for yourself. Next, I'm going to. This is our Halloween ribbon. I'm addicted, people. It is so lovely to work with. So it's not, sometimes you get this type of ribbon and it's really coarse. It is so soft and just, I think, looks awesome. Now, if you had a look in our catalogue, we've got some silver stars. They would look awesome kind of draped off this. So let's do that. What should we do? Should I... There we go, there's our star. I'm just thinking if anything else here. This stamp set that I already have out. Yeah, no, I'm going to have to go and get the other stamp set. Done. Using a most wonderful time, and I'm using, aren't I? Deck the Halls? Yes, I am. I have to think. Okay. Now, I like to line, a bit of a trick, you probably won't see in the video, but I do like to line my clear photopolymer stamps up along the line, so then I know it will stamp, hopefully stamp straight, and if it doesn't, it's user error. I do like to ink that way, actually. Beautiful. Let's stamp this out. Like I said, it's silver, gorgeous silver star off the top there, and you've got a really gorgeous card. And my nose has obviously started to run as well because I've just started filming. Some foam dots on there. And we are, what are we? 17 minutes in, second card done. Okay, let's pop that over there. Let's go on to our third card. I swear that Tyler thinks I'm probably crazy, or my husband thinks all crafters are crazy anyway. But the Tyler's probably sitting there going, who the hell is she talking to? Okay, the next one is this one. This is probably my fave, I have to say. Probably my fave. Oops. Just let me get the stamp ready for this one. Like I said, I tend to line it up there. Okay. Whoops, sorry. Okay, so this is I've got no idea what sort of fold that is. No idea. But it looks pretty cool. So let's go ahead and make this one. And we've got a little bit of cutting to do on this one. So we're going to cut off. I need to cut off 6.5 inches, which should, if that's a 10.5 panel, which it is, so just think about your front panel being 10.5. I need to cut off 6.5, which will leave 10.5 minus 6.5 should leave us a 4 centimetre panel. Perfect. And then we're going to cut this one back to 4 centimetres as well. Cool. So I'm going to go over that again. From our normal card, we're going to cut off 6.5 centimetres, which gives us a 4 centimetre panel. And then we're going to cut the piece that we've just cut off. We're going to cut that back to 4 centimetres. And then you've got your piece of Starry Night, which goes perfectly across the top. So let's adhere that down. Here we go. And you see what I did there? Stars at the top, grass down the bottom. And then we're going to stick our trees on that other 4 centimetre panel. So if you join in my Zoom class, basically this is all, most of it's pre-cut for you, unless we're going to do any fancy type cards, in which case some of the scoring and the trimming will be done on the night in the class that I talk you through it. But also always make sure that I cut first before you cut, because that means that if I make a mistake, you guys don't. Okay, I'm going to stick my white down, and this is just the inside. Cool. That's that done. Take the tape off. Okay, stick that on the inside. Now, working out where you are going to stamp in this card, I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so that's that, that's that. Okay, now we are going to do our little panel here that's at the front. So I just want you to pop some tape at the top. So maybe 2 bits at the top. If you're using glue, just a couple of lines at the top, because you don't want to put it across the middle, otherwise you'll stick it to that base card. Alrighty. Now the way I stick this down is I make sure that that top is lined up. This top piece here I'm talking about is lined up to the bottom. And my base card's not very straight at all. Oh, I'm going to have to go with that. And then I stick that down. Cool. And then the ladies reminded me in class that I actually didn't give them one of these back cards. Whoops. Not good. But anyway. I figure with their full craft rooms, they probably have enough anyway. So the reason I'm putting a backing on that is it just makes it a little bit more sturdy. That's basically the only reason. And I'm going to come along with our houses, our little houses full of Christmas cheer. Okay, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. I need to write myself a note to order some tape and some foam dots tonight. Okay, I'm using the stitched rectangle dies for this one. And again, where's the bow maker gone? You're kidding me, I just had it. There it is, right at the end of the desk. Again, another bow on the bow maker. Is that right? Yep. Comes back through. I always doubt myself sometimes when I'm doing this. There's our bow. Trim it up. And we've just got a stamp and then we're done for this one. Okay. My scissors desperately need to be sharpened. Like I said, I would normally, maybe that's what I'll do. I'll do an order for glue dots, tape. I saw something else in the shop just then that I wanted too. Okay, now I'm going to show you how I've stamped on the inside. So, when I'm wanting to know where to stamp, I close the card up and I put a pencil mark top and bottom. So I know that when it comes to stamping, I'm stamping in that section there. I just need my 980. Excellent. Navy. I don't think that that's straight. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm just going to straighten that up. That looks a bit better. Alright. Oh, it's handmade. That's what I tell people. And I'm just going to stamp in that section there. There we go. So then when we close it, and then you can come back and just rub out those lines. So that's our second one. Our third. My goodness. We're going like crazy. Like what? Wildfire. Okay. Next one is this super simple one. Literally will take you minutes. I'm just going to use some punches. This is for the non-stamping ladies out there, the ones that don't like to stamp too much. Just want to throw something together. This one's for you, girls. So at the end of this will be, say 30 minutes in. And we'll be on our fourth card. I'm going to leave the next one I was going to do next, but I might leave it for last because there's a little bit of technique in that one, in this one. A little bit of technique. Okay, so this is a bit monochromatic. I've put old olive on old olive. And you always need to be prepared that the paper might go down when you least expect it. Okay, I'm just going to stick that one. Now the only thing I will say is I'm probably out of the little stars. I'm probably out of the shiny little stars, but I do have other stars here, so we might use those. And then once I'm finished filming this, I'll go out and have some lunch, get ready for my next Facebook Live. So the double matting just gives it a bit more extra oomph, I suppose you would say. So I'm going to put some foam dots. Onto these. My goodness, another sheet of foam dots down. And I'm going to put a little foam dot. Maybe I won't have to if I use the rest of this. The top. Yeah, thinking. Okay. Now, to get these even, the reason I am staying half an hour in it, so you want to make sure you leave the same amount of gap side to side, so the trees on either side. You could just line it up with your, to make sure it's, make sure that everything's, just a bit of paper and the rulers on your craft mat. Again, I tell people it's handmade, so really shouldn't matter in my book. And then we've got ho ho ho. Let's make sure that that is straight. Again, I line it up with the lines on my craft mat, where I can actually see them. And I hope it doesn't stick to my fingers. Great tip there for anyone that's always, but then you actually have to stamp it straight, so not like I just did there. Like that. That's a bit better. And then, did I put my label punch away? I did. Not good, Wendy. Oh well. I think the bling stars look a bit better, but if you've got them, you can chuck them on. I'm not going to put those ones on. And I thought that I left that punch out, but obviously I didn't. Sure I did. Oh, you can see the finished product just there. So let's move that away. So that's card, what's that, 4? Done. Okay. Let's clean up my bench for just a moment. Okay, now this is the next one we're going to do. And this is a double fold card, which is quite cute. Quite like this one. Super simple to make. So you're just working with your base card there. And I didn't cut any of that out, did I? Let's just hope I've got some. Yes, I do. A little bit left. Okay, so it will be 10 by 14.4. There we go. Okay. And you want to make sure the wiggly lines are going the right way. Where did my card base go? It was just here. It's not like I have a huge craft room either. Okay, so we're going to stick that down. Stick it down. Okay. Tape off. Like I said before, I'm probably not going to edit this at all, mainly because I don't have time. And it is a proper, I want to show you what a proper class online looks like. Okay, so this is our card that goes on the front. So we're just going to stick our blue stripes onto that one. There. 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 Okay. And then we're going to stick that onto the front of the card. So glue or tape, whatever is your preferred adhesive. It just depends with what I'm working with as to what I prefer to use. So then what you're going to do is you're going to choose some phrases. Now, this paper is pretty cool because it's got all sorts of different languages on here. All sorts. What has it got? It's got all sorts. So just want to make sure you keep kind of the same colour scheme that I've got going on there, which is green, blue, red, and then green at the end. So I'm going to choose, and you want to choose different fonts. I'm going to choose No Peeking as my first one. And then I want, and a couple of English, obviously you don't want to have, because this has all sorts of different languages on it. So so now we want red, and we want the typed one. So let's go in with that one. Such great, and the main, what drew me to this was actually this paper. That one. So now we've got green. So we'll do Christmas cheer. If you do the green in English, that gives you 3 lots of English languish, as my kid would call it. Languish, mummy. It's a different languish. You just want to make sure you've got a full. That's another blue, and then I want a red that's in cursive. Where's a red that's in cursive? There, that one. It's cursive. Excellent. Okay. And then a green, which is English. So I've got one here that's got peace, joy, and love. So let's choose that one. Cool. Okay. A sip of tea. Next, we're going to pop some mini foam dots on these. And the reason I like the idea of a double fold card is you could stamp a greeting in there and then actually write something on the inside. So I think it's good to use sometimes those phrases, stamp phrases, which we don't always use all the time. Okay, this one. And then we're up to the last card, which should be fun. It's a bit of inking. So I find the online classes on Zoom good, except when your computer shuts down, which luckily doesn't happen very often, but okay, then this one. Oops. I may fast forward this through the video if you need to sit through this. So you kind of get the idea of what I've done with this one. There you go. Okay, so you can keep going on with that, but you get the idea. In the end, it looks like that one. So I'll come back and finish that off a bit later on. Okay, and we're up to our last card, which is this one. So it's probably not coming up really great on the line, as my kid would say. Are you on the line, Mummy? Does he mean, are you on the internet? That's what he means. Okay, so I'm going to use a brayer, which I've tried to clean up a little bit. It has worked. And I'm going to use an ink pad. So if you haven't used a brayer before, this is a foam brayer, and it picks up the ink, transfers it onto the card. I probably will also use my makeup brush, which needs to be cleaned a bit better. I cleaned it yesterday, but might need a bit more. So I'm just going to come along with a brayer and lay down some colour. And in the end, we're kind of going for so you can see that that's the pool party card under there, and then I've come along on the top. I've also put some Wink of Stella on here and some drops of water. So those of you not, it's really fun. Brayering is lots of fun. That's all I'm going to say. You can get the same effect using one of those blending brushes. And I'm keeping this area here kind of no colour because that's where our little house is going to go. And I probably will come over the top with my blending brush because I do like to do a combination of both, if that makes sense. This is just a really subtle, and I'm going to come over here a little bit. This definitely lays colour down a little bit quicker than the blending brush. If you don't like getting ink on your fingers, and you want to make sure you've got a clean brayer as well, because it looks like I've just put different coloured ink in there. It's alright. It'll come off in a second. I'll read. I don't know if I finished with this class, but anyway. Hopefully you're still with me. So as you can imagine, okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. I am just going to blend it a bit more around where my image is going to go. This is a bit more involved and it's probably not coming up as well in the video. There's a bit more involved in this card, but you come in darker again. I like to do some more difficult ones, some more technique-based ones in class, just to challenge the girls a little bit, and they're in the comfort of their own home, so they know what crafting stuff, gear that they need. Make sure that they've got everything. A list goes out beforehand. I'll hold this up to the camera once I've got the colour depth that I'm looking for, or the depth of colour. Okay, I'm going to go with that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come in with an aqua painter. And maybe a wink of Stella. And a pair of scissors. And I may even use some white yet. We'll have a look. So, this is the way I kind of creating kind of snow on this. You want to get some water. Yeah, get some water, not too much. And you're smacking your water aqua painter. Bit of a big droplet there, but anyway. And then I'm pretty sure you can do the same with this re-inker. Pick up some on the tip of your water brush. Back of your scissors. I would like a bit more than that, so. And it's landed exactly where I didn't want it to, but anyway. There we go. Now we've got some white going on. Where's my... Pick up a bit more re-inker. Okay, probably not as much white there as I would have liked. A bit too much water, but anyway. If you've got a spatter brush or some sort of paintbrush, it may pay to use that instead. I don't have any little... Oh, there's one. Let's try that one. Let's try that one. It's the old trick that you used to do at school. it's not working the way I wanted to. Pretty sure it was with an aqua. Maybe it was with an empty aqua paint brush. Yeah. Anyway, you get the idea with that. Okay, so we've got some spatter going on. And we're going to come in with our ribbon. You just want this to dry. And then what you're going to do is you're going to tie your ribbon around, pop your die cut with your, in your kit you will have, or I've fussy cut some little trees out. Here's the other one. Just pop them on with a bit of foam dots and some embellishments from the Trimming the Town embellishment kit. And you're pretty much done. So that's pretty much how I've done that card. All done. So thanks for joining. If you've got any questions about my Zoom classes or what we do, what's included, how much is the cost, it's $15 posted Australia-wide. So there you go. I don't think you can get pretty much better deal than that for 6 cards, $15 posted Australia-wide. Hope to see you maybe at my next one. If you want more information, there's a newsletter link on my Facebook page, and Promise No Spam. I send a newsletter about once a month, and if there's any other goings on, you might get one, maybe 2. So don't be afraid. Sign up to my newsletter list, and hope to see you one day. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining.